The mansion was silent in the way only dangerous places are. Not peaceful. Not calm. Just, waiting. Every corner of the grand estate whispered power. Marble floors, towering glass windows, guards positioned like statues, but everyone knew who truly controlled this world. Adrian Voss. The most feared mafia boss in the city. Men twice his size lowered their eyes when he walked in. Politicians smiled nervously when he called. And enemies? They didn't last long enough to regret crossing him. This morning, however, something felt off. Adrian stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his cufflinks. His expression was cold, unreadable, but his instincts, the ones that kept him alive all these years, were restless. "Your car is ready, sir." The voice came softly. It was her. Lena. The new maid. She had only been working there for 3 weeks, yet she was different. Quiet, observant, never intrusive. Most staff avoided eye contact with Adrian, but she didn't fear him. And that alone made her dangerous. Adrian didn't turn. Leave. But she didn't. Instead, she stepped closer. Close enough to break every rule in the house. Before Adrian could react, her fingers lightly adjusted his tie. The room froze. Guards outside stiffened. No one touched Adrian Voss without permission. Not unless they had a death wish. But Lena leaned in slightly, her voice barely above a whisper. "Your driver has a gun." A pause. Then, "Don't get in the car." Silence crashed into the room like a storm. Adrian slowly turned his head. Their eyes met. Hers weren't scared. They were certain. Dead certain. For a moment, no one moved. Then Adrian spoke, calm, quiet, lethal. "Explain." But Lena stepped back. "I've said enough." And just like that, she walked away. No panic. No hesitation. As if she hadn't just risked her life. Adrian didn't follow her. Instead, he stood still, thinking. Most people lied to survive. Some lied to impress. But that girl? She had nothing to gain. Which meant one thing. She was either incredibly stupid. Or incredibly right. 5 minutes later. Adrian walked outside. The black luxury car waited at the front gate. His driver stood beside it. Calm. Professional. Too calm. Adrian's eyes narrowed. "Open the trunk." The driver hesitated. Just for a second. That was enough. Within moments, guards surrounded him. Weapons drawn. The trunk was opened. Nothing. But Adrian didn't move. "Search him." The driver's composure cracked. And then. They found it. A concealed gun. Silenced. Loaded. Prepared. The air turned deadly. The driver dropped to his knees. "I was forced, please, I had no choice." A gunshot echoed. Adrian didn't even blink. The body hit the ground. But Adrian wasn't thinking about the driver anymore. He was thinking about her. The maid who saw everything. The maid who warned him. The maid who just saved his life. Later that night. Adrian sat in his office. Lena stood in front of him. This time, under full scrutiny. "Who are you?" he asked. She didn't hesitate. "Someone who doesn't want you dead." A dangerous answer. Adrian leaned forward slightly. "Everyone wants something. Not me." "Then why help me?" For the first time. She paused. Then quietly said. "Because if you die, a lot of innocent people will too." That answer changed everything. Adrian studied her carefully. This wasn't fear. This wasn't manipulation. This was purpose. And suddenly, the most powerful man in the city realized something unexpected. The quiet maid in front of him might be the most dangerous person he'd ever met. The next morning, everything changed. Lena was no longer just a maid. She was watched, protected, and quietly investigated. But Adrian found nothing. No records. No history. No past. It was like she didn't exist. And that terrified him more than any enemy. "Tell me the truth," Adrian said later that day. They stood alone again. This time, no guards. No witnesses. Just tension. "You're not a maid." Lena exhaled slowly. "No." "Then what are you?" A long silence. Then, "I used to work for the people trying to kill you." The words hit like a bullet. But Adrian didn't react. "You're admitting this very casually." "I'm done running." She stepped closer. "This wasn't just an assassination attempt. It's a takeover." Adrian's eyes sharpened. "Explain." "They're planning to wipe you out, and replace your entire network." Quietly. From the inside. A pause. "Your driver was just the beginning." For the first time in years, Adrian felt something unfamiliar. Not fear. Not anger. But anticipation. A real threat.